Tanks are conquering the collectible card games genre. Andriy Zimienko, Operations Director, will tell us about the upcoming World of Tanks Generals.
World of Tanks Generals is a new project by Wargaming. It will be available to players soon.
What is World of Tanks Generals?
It's a card game in which the players take the role of an army commander. This army is represented by an assortment of cards that form the player's deck.
What is the player's role in the battle?
The game mechanics are quite simple. You have a deck of cards that you have to use to defeat your opponent on the battlefield, which is a grid that is 3 squares by 5 squares in size. For this, you'll have to use different types of cards, which allow you to reach different goals. Squads will help you defend or will improve your headquarters, while different units will attack the enemy HQ. You can also use order cards, which have a decisive influence on the result of the battle. Between battles, you can use the experience you earn to research new types of cards and also new headquarters, making your deck stronger.
Which types of cards are there in the game?
The main card in every player's deck is the headquarters. There's only one headquarters card in a deck. Basically, this card represents the player on the battlefield. A player can win the battle by destroying the opponent's HQ card. At the moment, there are 3 nations in the game: Germany, the United States, and the Soviet Union. There are about 200 cards, divided more or less equally between these nations. There are several types of cards: units, headquarters, squads, and orders. Units will be very familiar to World of Tanks players, because in many cases, the same types of models of vehicles are used in World of Tanks Generals. There are light, medium, and heavy tanks, as well as tank destroyers and SPGs.
Are there premium features in the game?
The game contains premium units. These are about 5 to 7 cards for every nation that can be purchased with premium currency. As in World of Tanks, there's also the option for having a premium account, plus some other things that you'll learn about later.
How is World of Tanks Generals different from other card games?
World of Tanks Generals is different from other card games in that all cards in the game are researchable, unlike in other projects where cards are given at random. Different cards have their unique features. For example, tank destroyers always shoot first, and light tanks move 2 squares per turn. This makes the battles very diverse and different from one another.
How does this game differ from other wargaming projects?
It's very different from the existing projects because this is a browser game, not a client one. We've had no such project before. Also, the card game genre is new to wargaming. The gameplay is completely different from that of World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, or World of Warships.
What do players need to start playing?
The technical requirements for the game are minimal. All you need is an up-to-date browser and an internet connection. To start playing, you just need to open the website http://generals.worldoftanks.eu.
What other platforms will World of Tanks Generals be available on?
The first step will be the release of the web version of the game, which is played in a browser on a PC. That's coming soon. We also plan to develop the game client for iOS and Android devices.
Will the Wargaming Unified account be active for World of Tanks Generals?
Despite the fact that World of Tanks Generals is quite different from Wargaming's other projects, there are some common features. One of them is the unified account, so players will be able to use their World of Tanks account to play Generals.
What means of communication will be available in-game?
The game will have a chat window where you can communicate with other players. You can add them to your friends list, discuss different topics in the group, and also share your achievements, like a newly researched card or a battle result, via social networks. The closed beta test will start in the very near future. At the moment, anyone who wants to take part in the beta test can submit their applications on the game website to get the opportunity to play World of Tanks Generals before anyone else.